think we're on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Damn. Around bouncing. You can catch me. All right. Are we a little angled? Maybe we are a little angled. There we go. All right. I know there might be some music in the background being caught, but shouldn't be catching it too much. Shouldn't be a problem, but it's whatever. We hit a. Let me know if y'all do have an echo. It might be an echo on here, but don't really give a rat ass on TikTok because TikTok is gonna try to minimize me anyway, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't think y'all can hear the music, but it's okay. I'm listening to music, so fuck it. That's my concern at this point. Um, yeah, we had a good conversation earlier. It was pretty funny. We had a pretty good time. We had a pretty good time. You know, this app can actually be fun and enjoyable still. Not all the time, but it has its ability to be fun and be entertaining and have people, meet up and talk a lot of bullshit and come up with random ass ideas. So I will give it that. But the latest thing now is this whole continuation bill, I guess. I guess it's the continuation bill now. They agreed, they did not. The problem that I have with these is that they never have the text of what it is people are voting upon. We find out after the fact. So if motherfuckers don't even have the text themselves, how the fuck did they vote on some shit they didn't even read? Because these things be like fucking 900 odd some fucking pages and none of them read it. Because you can call your representative right now like, yo, um what did you sign for? What did you vote on? What was your most important part of that bill to continue and not shut shit down? Just like motherfuckers never have an answer to that. Like, what part of the bill was the most, which one doesn't have a concern? Yeah, I came back. I came back. I figure is later in the night now. So now it's a good evening, Ralph. Good evening. It is a nice evening. What up, J Rock? What up, Vin? Long time no see. Hope you've been well. Good night to you too, Vin. Good to see you too. Good to see you too. I know I haven't been pushed out to many people now. I'm trying to see if it's just the fact that it's just like TikTok is trying to make it that you have to try to be more out there. Watching the shit show, that's everybody right now, man. That's not new. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out if it's like the algorithm that basically right now is just like trying to push that if you wanna gain and keep traction on this app, I think the algorithm what it's trying to do now is just like you have to show that you want to keep doing it kind of thing. Kind of show that it's just like you still willing to roll, like it's like you willing to roll with the punches of these new changes and the new stuff, and then just like, and I think that's what they really doing right now. They trying to push it so that way if you really interested, if you really want to try to make money on this app, you have to stay on it. Because the thing is like the same thing. It's like I was saying last time. You go under new management, whoever doesn't want to be under new management, they're gonna try to find a way to get you out. Oh, he was shorting Tesla. I haven't paid attention to stocks even with the income, Joshua. I haven't paid attention to none of that shit. I'm not concerned anymore. My money's there. I'm good. If this shit goes to shit, it won't matter what the fuck the stocks do. So at this point, bro, it's just like nothing to fuck. Oh, hey, appreciate you. Appreciate you being an American, Joshua. That's all I can say. If it goes to a shit show, it won't matter what the fuck it happens. If we start using our Second Amendment, it won't matter what the fuck the stocks do for me, unless we end up winning, which we should. But you know, it's a crazy thing right now. But yeah, that's the thing with this algorithm. It's just you have to keep on. You have to continue doing what you're doing because a lot of people ain't getting a lot of traction because the thing is they're used to the old management. Old management was China. China was the one running the algorithm before. That's not happening anymore. It's US based now. So everything is gonna go arm stock. Yeah, probably that's gonna be the best bet. Does the NRA, Joshua, since you pay attention, what does the NRA usually fall under? Because I think that would be I know they don't have their own thing, but what do they usually go behind? That's the one thing I need to do research on. What does the NRA usually back? Because that's gonna skyrocket. So I don't know. Skill and yes, skills is currency right now. Skills is having skills after all this is gonna be very important. And the thing is, it's not just gonna be the blue collar skills. It's gonna be all sorts of skills. Because the thing is you're gonna have people in certain positions that you're gonna need skill based that have book knowledge in terms of which gun. Yeah, and that's what I was trying to see, Joshua. Because well, I guess you would have to just invest in all of those like that and do them that way, and it'd probably be best. But that's what it is. I'm just bullshitting tonight. I'm just bullshitting. That's what we've been doing. Risha, thank you for the heart me. Good to see you too, Risha. Yeah, fun of my other companies that benefit from that. Yeah, that's why. That's what. Vin, thank you for the heart me also. I appreciate the heart me. Y'all know over here, y'all don't need to do anything else. A heart me is good enough. Appreciate that because it pushes out the team members, and then TikTok can't be like, oh, nobody listens to this guy. That's the only thing. That's the only reason I asked for the heart me's. No, Netflix has lost. Oh, that's stupid. But how y'all been? How's everybody been? Because I don't see as many people as I used to. I will say I've been a bit more inconsistent when it comes to streaming. At some points I'm doing it every day. Then some days it's only in the mornings. Now lately I've just been doing it at night. Um, Life is lifing right now. That's the best way to explain it to everybody. Life has been lifing, and right now it's just like TikTok isn't my first priority. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like paying attention to stuff like that and looking around, seeing what's going on is just like a big difference. But yeah, it's just like it's just having random conversations. So I'm happy to see people first. Okay. Yeah, I'm just here, man. It's just like agree. Life is life. Yeah, life is life for everybody. What's up, Jeanette? And it's just like that's all just like Big L, my dude. If that's you, if that's you, what up, my man? My brother from another mother. But it is what it is with this shit, man. It's just like there's too much shit going on, and it's just like now this whole thing is my concern is the whole discontinuation bill bullshit. And that's the problem I have. I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find the text for it. I'm trying to find the information for it, but even congress.gov doesn't even have that information. So my craziness is just like, yo, these people are voting on shit they haven't read. You know what the fuck that is? It's just like the country is being moved along by people that ain't even fucking reading what the fuck is being proposed. But then I'm the asshole. Oh no, that's a Vin. The way it's doing it is just basically look, if I find somebody ignorant that comes in here with just some like MAGA stupidity or is a bot, I just block them, Vin. They even put that in my AI summary, which was crazy. That I block MAGA. I was just like, if MAGA's here to have a conversation, I ain't got no problem with MAGA. But if you come here talking reckless and talking stupid, yeah, they put it on my summary. Somebody said they came in and said I was a bully, I talk politics, and I block MAGA. That was my summary. And then they've been restricting me nightly. Vin, you've been here for a while. You've seen how I've gotten 60 plus averaging all the time on my lives. This is what I have now. This is what I be getting now. Yesterday, I think I got up to like 45 and then it dropped to 15. And they don't push me out like that no more. And I was just like, and the thing is for a lot of my viewers, they don't even get notifications that I'm live. So the thing is for me, it's like, it's not very consistent with me being live because I can't be like, hey, I'm going to stream every night at 9 o'clock or at 8 o'clock. I got kids. That's priority to me. Me making sure they get the bed right, they got their shit ready is priority. So whenever I start my lives is because my kids went to sleep and I have the time to sit down and chat with y'all. Besides that, I can't be consistent. It's hard to be consistent with kids. That shit is not a fucking easy task. That's all I gotta say to that. It's not an easy task. But here I am trying to get up here and trying to chit chat with people, but I know I started a bit later. I was like, y'all gonna catch me when y'all catch me. I'm sorry. I can't give no promises. I was just like, I was like, sometimes in the afternoon I want to do this. Sometimes I don't. Shit, today I took a fucking one of the naps. Like I was telling people earlier, I took one of those naps that I woke up. I didn't know what year I was in. I thought I woke up, had grandkids. My kids graduated college. I slept good. I haven't slept like that in a while. Put it like that. I don't know if it was the fucking coffee I had, but damn, I slept like shit. The whole world had changed by the time I woke up. But here we are, right? Sometimes you need those naps. But I have had, I don't know if it's the flu, I've had something. My body was just probably like just trying to recuperate and shit. But that nap was, it was needed. My body said, nah, you sleeping for more than just an hour. I'm telling you, those are the best naps. The ones that you don't know what year you wake up in, best naps you could ever fucking have. You don't even complain either, because you actually wake up refreshed and you be like, damn, I don't know what year it is, but I feel good. It's just like it's whatever. That's whatever. But yeah, that's about it. I woke up and then I saw the shit. We spoke on the fucking whole Alex Preddy video, which is clearly fucking AI. Um and it's scary though. It's scary how AI has gotten that good. That's the scary part. That's the scary part. That Alex Purdy's fucking video is AI, but most people don't know it's AI. The scarier part is that the AI has gotten that advanced that it looks that good. That's the scary part. That's the part people ain't talking about. Cause all the fucking idiots is like, oh my god, look at the video. Look at what he did. It was like, bro, that was not real, bro. I'm just like, let's be real about that part. That was not a real video. That was AI. But you know, people that don't know any better are gonna fall for it. The same way when these people post something and they alter the video or alter the picture, they don't know the difference because that's what they're viewing, that's what they're receiving. They're receiving it from a source that they should believe and be able to say, oh, this is real. We can't do that right now anymore. You can't believe any of the information coming out this administration because a lot of the time they want to do that. It does. But the thing is, Jeanette, nobody kicks a fucking Ford tail light and the whole fucking tail light comes off. That's it's unless Ford is making vehicles that cheap, that look, put it like this. If that video is real, Ford is losing a lot of customers. That's all I gotta say. If that video is real, Ford is losing customers like crazy. Ain't nobody buying no fucking expedition that somebody could just kick and the whole tail light come off. The other thing, this is my see look, and since I'm telling the truth, my viewers have gone down unless people are TikTok just don't like me because I be telling the truth. And I make too much sense to clarify stuff. What up, Emma? I changed the cup, Emma. See, it's not K-State. I fucked up my K-State cup, man. I'm mad. This one, I had this one. It changes color when you got like something cold in it. My shit, it fucking cracked on the bottom. And then I tried to fix it like with some heat. This shit made a hole in it completely. I fucked up. So you lucky. But that's the thing. People don't realize that that shit was AI. That shit was not real. I was like, this shit ain't real. Yeah, TikTok. The thing is I am not the thing is I'm not gonna stop. That's the thing. I'm streaming on TikTok right now. I'm streaming on YouTube right now, and I started streaming on Twitch also. So now I'm streaming on fucking three platforms. The three big platforms I'm streaming on them. Kick, I was about to start streaming on too. I'm about to start that shit. I just got to make sure my computer don't it can handle it and it doesn't fuck up the thing. But that's why I was just like, man, it was just like, you mean to tell me I went from averaging like 60 to 70 viewers every live to now I can barely get past 20? I was like, come on now, that shit don't make sense. But I'm not gonna complain. I'm gonna just keep going. I'm gonna just keep telling the truth. They gonna keep restricting me. I'm gonna keep telling the truth. That's not gonna stop me. And that's what they want a lot of creators to do. They want a lot of creators to get off this app. And the easiest way to get them off this app is show them, hey, you ain't making that money no more. You ain't gonna be making those thousands of dollars a month off of us no more. Now they pushing the fuck out of promote because the thing is they know they gotta pay for the shit. It was just like you gotta remember this. The fact that it's now US servers means the US has to pay for their servers. Somebody gotta foot the bill. It used to be China. China used to have the bill for the servers because we were on their shit. Now it's just US. So somebody in the US got to pick up the slack and pay for it. That's why they ain't trying to pay people no more. That's why you see the fucking promote fucking thing coming out like crazy. Now you see fucking commercials and ads for fucking promote and TikTok like crazy now because they want people to invest more money because they ain't making money like they used to. You losing a lot of people. And then the thing is you're not pushing people out that were getting pushed, that were getting you views, and people were putting money into it. You start minimizing the people that were actually getting money. It's just like, yeah, you're gonna keep getting ads because that's how they make money. That's how YouTube and Twitch does it. You get ad revenue. Yeah, or I see my own damn face pop up. Yep, I saw that too. It was just like the video I just made. It was just like you can promote for $34.95 and you can get about 14,000 views. So you mean to tell me I'm gonna pay $34 for y'all to pay me back five? I'm not no math whiz, but come on, dog. I ain't stupid either. Like the fuck? Like you want me to pay $35 for a promotion and then you gonna pay me $5 for the views? Nah, bro, you got me fucked up. If you telling me I was gonna make $25 back, all right, I'll spend the money. But you telling me you gonna pay me five, and I'm gonna be $30 in the hole. Even though, if you don't know this is something you need to know. If you have your own business, that is a business write-off because it is part of marketing. If you didn't know that, I'm always here giving out free chicken, like I like to say, free chicken for everybody. Free chicken. If you do have a business and you are marketing and you are promoting, that is a business expense. So you can write that off as a business expense because you are advertising yourself and advertising your business. As long as you are a business, it falls under it. I'm just saying. In case you want to spend the $35 to get the 14,000 views. I'm just saying. I ain't spending no money on this app no more. I think I got like 200 coins left or whatever the fuck they call them. I don't think I'm gonna renew my shits. So whoever gets my last 200, be happy, cause you got lucky. Cause I ain't spending this bitch. If these people ain't trying to pay me, I ain't trying to pay them either. I was just like, how you gonna stop promoting me? I was just like, unless it's just cause I'm not using my digital camera anymore. Which, okay, I kind of understand that. I probably did get a lot of views because of that, because of how crisp and detailed it was. But remember, That same camera I was using is the same one that they were using to basically record Alex Preddy, and that shit is fuzzy as fuck. They probably got that shit off the TikTok shop. I'm just saying. They got that. Y'all seen that 4K TikTok shop camera? That's what they were probably recording with, cause ain't no way that shit is real, bro. Ain't no way. Either that or Ford got to answer some questions like, Ford, why is your fucking tail like flying off like that? Or what kind of boots does Alex Preddy own? Or what boots did he own? Or what leg workout did he have? Cause man, that motherfucker got some kick power to take out a whole tail light. That's some power behind that shit. That leg workout gotta be crazy. He was an ICU nurse, so he's always on his feet. So I understand him having strong legs, but damn, bro, you kicked the whole fucking thing off. Most people just try to hit a fucking you. You know what? I've seen people hit a tail light with a fucking bat, and the shit never came off. With a bat, you see the glass break. It supposedly happened like close to 2 weeks ago or some shit. He was wearing the same clothes, or maybe that's his uniform that he always wears. I don't know. I don't know, Emma. I don't believe AI. It's getting good though. I tell you that AI is getting good. It's pretty good. It's alarming how good it's getting. That shit is pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. That shit is pretty good. But you can tell, you can tell why this administration and the whole world is making sure to try to get AI and try to get graphics cards and try to make sure other people don't have access to it so that they have access to it. That Emma, and that is also a thing that I've seen people talk about. I've seen people say that also, that it could be that they saw him again and they recognized him and that's why they went after him. Could be. You don't know because these people don't identify themselves, which is the crazy part. And like I said, I was a service member. I didn't walk around with a fucking mask all day. I was in plain uniform. Everybody knew what the fuck I was part of. You knew I was part of the army. I didn't have to hide that shit. You knew. Even when we were overseas, we were in uniform. We didn't wear a fucking mask to hide our faces. Crazy, isn't it? Oh no, the crazy thing is if you have that facial recognition technology to be able to tell if it was 97% Alex Preddy, you have that same technology to verify all the people in the Epstein files. I'm just saying. So you have the ability to do this, is what you're telling. You're telling me you have the ability to do this. You're just choosing not to. Okay. Gotcha, fam. See what I'm saying? But that's the whole thing. The thing is the more confusion, the more stuff they're trying to make it hidden. Like this whole government shutdown again, that's another fucking distraction for it. That's what it is. Cause they supposedly made a deal or something to, I guess, give an extra 2 week extension to the ICE bill and funding. I was just like, so you agreed for this to continue even though you haven't conducted any investigations towards the fucking malpractice that they've been doing. I was like, there's no deadline. Y'all keep on pushing the bill, but the problem that I have is that they keep on including shit within these bills. If you want to talk about the budget, it should only be the budget. These motherfuckers is adding extra items into these bills within the bill. If you want to talk about the budget, the only concern should be fucking money within the bill, not you trying to sneak in some extra shit in there. And that's the fucking problem. Because, like I said, I've been trying to find the fucking actual text Because if you go on congress.gov, it'll give you the text of what the bill has so that you'd be able to read the whole thing if you wanted to. Or AI summarize it. But they don't even have the bill out. So if you don't have the text that was able to be produced to show what the bill had in it, how the fuck did you vote on it? Oh, question. Anybody that joins in, if you can just do me a quick favor and stop and tell me what the AI summary says. Anybody that joins in, any person that joins in new, can you please tell me what the AI summary is saying I'm talking about? I just want to know. You can leave after that. You can swipe up. I don't give a shit. I just want to know what the AI summary is saying for my live. That's all I want to know. If you're tuning in and you coming in, please just let me know what the AI summary is on my live. I just want to know what it's saying that I'm talking about. Because the last one said I was a bully. So I'm just trying to see if I've upgraded. Because when I started live earlier, I was just here so I wouldn't get fined. That's it. That's all. I'm just here so I don't get fined. No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. You shouldn't be able to tell. It pops up sometimes for people. It's not always a thing that it does. So, and that's what I find weird with that AI summary. Sometimes it'll pop up for somebody and it'll say AI summary because when Emma, they labeled me a bully. They said somebody came in and said the AI summary said I was a bully, I talk politics, and I block MAGA. That's literally what they told me. The AI summary told them. And I was just like, the fuck? I was just like, how am I bullying grown ass people? Get your bitch ass out of here. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? It was like, but that's what they basically said. They said that. So I'm trying to see what the AI summary says. But the thing is what I notice is it doesn't do it for everybody. So sometimes it'll say that and sometimes it won't. Now, Nico, I appreciate you. I appreciate you waiting. But for some people, it's just like it does it right away when they pop up, and then for others, it just won't say it. So you might stay, Nico. Like I said, you don't gotta stay. If you want to stay, you can stay. You don't gotta stay. But if that happens, please let me know what it says, because I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck it says about my AI summary. Because I've seen it happen on other lives also that I've tuned in. Then it says this, or it says something about substance consumption or some shit can be harm some shit. It gives you like a warning if they see like people are smoking or something or drinking. It'll give you like a warning saying like this is happening here, and I'm just like, the fuck. It was just like, we grown ass adults. Like, it's crazy to me how TikTok is trying to operate. Like, yo, we grown ass people, and you trying to tell people what the summary is, and then you fuck it up. Because look at how they tag videos too, and that's what pisses me off too. I've heard that on, but that's what they doing. They'll tag you, and the thing is like, you notice like when people make videos that it says like the search thing, and that shit has nothing to do with what the fuck you talking about. It was like, at least I like YouTube for the fact that it lets you put tags so that way it tags things and it shows it to people that have these tags to search for those things. I was just like, for some, no. The thing is before they would just block you if you did that. Now it seems like it's gotten looser where people be smoking. I've been in lives that people just be smoking. They no fucks given, just smoke, and they don't say it, but it'll say something like substance here can be harmful or some shit. I was just like, we grown ass adults. If you on this app, you should know what fucking drugs are. If you don't know what drugs are and you on this app, maybe you should not be on this app. Maybe it's time to give back your phone. Maybe it's time to give up your phone. If you on here and don't know what drugs are, you shouldn't be on TikTok. This is a bit more fucking advanced for you, I would say. That would be like, And it's just like it's crazy to me because it's just like I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm still streaming here. I'm gonna still stream until they end up fucking banning me completely or shutting down. Look, this is gonna be my sign, Emma. You've been here for a while. If you see that my account is banned, I'm not making another one. Y'all can find me on YouTube. Y'all can find me on Twitch. I'm not making another one. I don't even have a backup account. So if my account just ends up banned, just know y'all never seeing me on this shit again. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. I've been on this app the whole time and I've had this same fucking account. The whole time I've been on this app, I've been on this account. The whole time they banned me, fucking mass report me and all this shit. Every single time I appeal, it goes away because they know whatever they said I was doing, I was not. I don't even have a strike on my shit. Imagine that, Emma. And you've been here plenty of times where I've just gotten banned on the spot. That I was mid conversation, boop, live has just ended. Like, no, it wasn't. It got cut off, bitch. Like, don't lie to the people. It should say that. That's what it should say. When somebody should just ends abruptly, it should say live was just canceled. I don't know, Emma. The thing, you know what it is, probably, Emma. You you be saying you be posting some hateful ass shit. Me, I do it on my lives. You be making the videos. I say my shit on live. I say a lot of my shit on live. When I'm roasting the fuck out of these people, I say that shit on live. You be making the videos. You just be straight up calling people out like, you see this bitch right here? This bitch right here said yada 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 and yada yada and TikTok but I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Emma, but we can't allow this. It's like we understand he's a bitch, but damn, you ain't gotta put him on blast like this, Emma. That's why they be getting your ass. you, you be fucking people up straight up on the video, pointing them at him. You see this one? Like that guy right there, that one with the saxophone, straight up bitch. You know what he said? And TikTok, but my goodness. It's like she called him a bitch and pointed at him. It was like, let's do lives on the road like fine. No, Villa, no. Red, no. Hey, probably did, probably don't no more. Cause TikTok ain't pushing them no more. That's what it is with a lot of people. A lot of people ain't. A lot of people. The thing is this is what a lot of these content creators is gonna learn. They're gonna learn the hard way that the thing is since they were so stuck on TikTok and they never tried to branch out to anything else, they're gonna realize how hard it is to grow accounts on different platforms. It's not that simple. Unless you have a massive following, then it's probably easier to distribute yourself. But if you still a growing content creator, it's tough to get into these other platforms because nobody knows you. And if you ain't publicizing and people ain't seeing it, it's hard to do. I've been on Twitch for like going on 5 years now, but I've never been consistent. I just gamed on there. YouTube, I made it. I got affiliated 2 years ago with my other channel. With the channel I started now to do a backup for this, I'm not affiliated. So it's difficult to grow in all these things, especially when you get to lives and stuff where people are not being pushed out. I appreciate all the shares. I was just like, but that's the thing. It was just like TikTok before was pushing it out to everybody. It didn't matter who the fuck you were. If you were a Democrat, you were MAGA or whatever, your live was basically shout out to whoever the fuck had their phone on them. Literally, you had your phone on, you was on TikTok scrolling, we're gonna show you this live. We don't care if you pay attention to him or not. We don't care if you like him. We gonna show you him. If you're interested in what he got to say, you can stick around. If not, keep swiping. Now it's just, now this guy, we don't want this guy to be heard. This guy talk too much. Cause it's like I said, you see all these people that have so many fucking followers and they go live and it's just like, bro, how you only got like 30 people. I've had 30 people. Just like you got like 300,000 more followers than me. Yeah, sons, they trying to make sure you ain't getting paid. If you gonna get paid on this app, that means you gonna stick around. That's it. If you on this app, just stay on it. Just keep making shit. They just don't want to pay the people that been making money. You know how much money these people be making? These content creators. Oh yeah, Trump supporters can always say whatever they want on their lives. That's a given. Because they want to push that rhetoric, of course. But it's just like, do you know how much money these content creators be making off of lives? They not trying to pay these people no more. Remember, now it's US based. The US has to pay for the servers to hold all this shit now. It used to be China. Now they gotta fork over the money for it. Before we weren't paying. The US wasn't. Larry Ellison wasn't paying for that shit. You think Larry Ellison made money and became one of the richest men in the world by making sure everybody else got money? Come on, dog. Like, yeah, people gotta think about that shit. That man did not make his money by giving everybody else money. Because they don't care. But the difference is the fact that since they're fucking racist and they're those pieces of shit, they don't report themselves because they're happy at the fact that they can call the N word. They can say the shit they do. But then they will mass report a person like me because I call them out on their bitchness. Oh no, it's on both sides. But the thing is the left side don't have as many racists on it. There's racists on the left side, don't get me wrong. But that's predominantly the right side. When it comes to the shit they be saying, that shit happens on both sides. It depends on who they fucking go in and talk to. Bro, they've been grifting the whole time, bro. That's the whole thing. That's why a lot of the times, for a lot of these big ass content creators, I don't even believe that they actually doing. Most of the time, these big ass content creators are hiring people to end up on their lives. That's what most people don't understand. A lot of people are hiring other people. That's like me hiring Emma and hiring you, sons, to make a bullshit fake ass account that only got 15 followers and you following like 300 people, and you gonna come into my live and you gonna be as reckless and as ignorant as fucking possible. Because you know why? That's gonna get me views. And then at a certain point, I'm gonna be like, all right, yo, Emma, chill out. I'm gonna be like, Emma, chill out. And then I'm gonna roast the shit out of Emma, and Emma's gonna fucking crash out, call me the N word, be like, oh, go back to your country type. You know, she's gonna do some wild ass shit, and then from there, I'm gonna be like, all right, this person has had enough, and I'm gonna block them. But then everybody's gonna feel bad about, oh my god, they called them the N. Here's gifts. Here's a $20 donation. They shouldn't be talking to you like this. Like, come on, bro. I already know y'all full of shit. Tell me that's not true. Tell me you haven't seen it. That's why I was just like, I don't believe half of these people. Then they go and reset. They go and reset it, and somehow it's a bigger fucking gift than it was the last time. Like, bro, how the fuck? Bro, y'all see, I have people here telling me to reset my shit because I don't reset it. I just go with whatever's there. The what is it that it got right now? He cooking shit, 20 of them. And that's it. And if you meet that shit, I don't reset it. I just leave that shit the whole way. How the fuck do these people get all those computers, tablets, and phones? It's not that difficult, Emma. Because the thing is look, right now, I can give myself a whole bunch of views if I wanted to. Because all I have to do is open up a whole bunch of browsers and I can put them all in incognito tabs, right? And then if I have separate accounts, I can have all of those separate accounts watching me. And then some people have macros and shit like that that can click on their screen. So they can set something to click on a person's screen to basically make the likes, and the likes keep on racking up. The same way they have bots that join in people's shit just to be ignorant, they have bots just to like and watch the lives. They got people doing that. Emma, you think I'm not gonna hire? Why wouldn't I hire if I'm making? Because think about it. How much do you think some of these big content creators make in a live? In one live. You see how these people be throwing fucking hundreds and thousands of fucking roses. They be throwing hundreds of those fucking gifts. And then you always hear, oh, thanks for the donation on PayPal for $20. Thanks for Venmo for the $50 donation. All this shit. Especially the ones that have the Venmos. And you think they not splitting that shit with some of their people? Come on, they grifters. They gonna hustle people. And that's why most people are doing it. They just hustle people to hustle people. And we're just like, I ain't mad you making money. Good for you, but you hustling. You ain't really about doing the stuff. I was just like, I'd rather have people that are watching me because they want to watch me, or if you donating, it's because you want to donate to me. Not because I'm asking for it. Not because I'm like, hey man, here, check out my PayPal. Check out my nah. If you're gonna donate to somebody, it's because you actually appreciate what you do. Not because it's just like somebody's always throwing it out there like, yo, remember my gifts, man. My gifts is empty, yo. Y'all, come on, man. My gifts is empty. Can you hook a brother? Hey, we got a goal to reach. I got 20 to reach. And then once I hit the 20, my shit becomes 30. Like I never got the first 20. Yeah, exactly. Those exact people, Emma. I just do this. It's to fucking bring awareness and talk the fucking truth. That's what it is, to educate people on it. Cause not everybody knows the shit. But the thing is these people don't want educated people. Donald Trump said it himself. Smart people don't like me. I don't like smart people, and dumb people. I love dumb people. That's self-explanatory. I do this shit because you got to educate people. But the thing is most people don't want education. Most people would rather be enticed by the fucking ignorance of people. They would rather watch people be ignorant towards each other, or watch somebody that's ignorant as fuck and keep on watching them after a whole year of watching them be ignorant. Like, you've been doing this for a year talking about I'm arguing with MAGA. What are you arguing with them for? You're like, what? Shit, I'll tell you this much. I know my wife be mad at me. She be like, you don't make enough money with the time you waste on this shit. I'm be like, I know. I ain't making money off of it, but I'm educating people. They're all content creators, Emma. It's all for the views. These people don't do it because they actually want change. They do it for the views. I'm not doing it to get, like, am I? If I get the fame and I get the money, I'm giving the money back. I'm already on some like Mr. Beast shit. I already said it. At the end of the year, when it comes to the school year, at the end, whatever money I've made for this streaming shit, which hasn't been much, that money's gonna go to pay off school lunches. That's it. That's all it's going towards. I'm not keeping the money. I was just like, this is free information. I'm like, everybody always says that everyone wanted to be a streamer. The thing is, what people don't understand about streaming is that streaming isn't easy. And the thing is this administration doesn't want you to stream anymore. They don't want people to be streamers. They want people to go work. They don't want you to be a streamer. They want you to work. Because imagine, I get to be home. I'm home making money from the comforts of my home. They don't like that. They don't want you to make money from the comforts of your home. I was like, how much money am I spending going nowhere? It's what it is. It makes them more money, but it makes people have to find jobs, because the thing is people ain't getting paid more. Expenses are going up. So that's how you start forcing people to get jobs that they don't want to do. That's how it works. That's how this society's always worked. That's how capitalism has always worked. It's like we want you to do different jobs. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna take away those jobs that you are doing, and we're gonna replace them somehow, or we're gonna find cheaper labor that is cheaper and does the same job. You don't gotta pay AI. Look at the fact that they made that Alex Preddy video, right? Meaning you don't even gotta pay the photographer anymore to go out there. I don't gotta pay a photographer. I could just put that shit on AI. That's the but that's why the big push is for AI. Cause the thing is when you are able to start creating stuff out of AI, you can do a lot. Remember how they said that a couple of the fucking Donald Trump speeches have been AI? He said, "Am I AI?" You know, I like to think I'm AI with the knowledge I have, but I be fucking up and glitching too. So, it's kind of difficult. But that's the thing. You have to pay attention to it because the thing is, it hasn't been perfected yet. Within the next couple of years, with these people, the way they're pushing to get RAM, the way they're pushing for the graphics cards to be super expensive, imagine that they're talking about the 5090. They're not going to be making any more of the budget cards. They're going to be making the expensive top notch ones. And that's to make sure that the government and fucking corporations get them. Oh, yeah. No, they've had AI has been around for a long computers have been along for a long time. Processing and models have been around for years. The thing is now they taught it to be able to create things. Cause look at like this, like, have you ever heard of Midjourney? Have you ever heard of Midjourney? Which is basically like the AI that would make some realistic pictures. That shit has been around for years. When it was first a concept where you would give it the prompt and it would give you the picture that you asked for. That's been around for years. Now imagine investing all the graphic fucking production into it the same way it was with Bitcoin. Remember that mining craze? Everybody wanted to make money mining. That's the thing you got to realize. Like, this is the one thing that made me to know, like, technology is more advanced than they given us. If you seen it in a movie, it's probably been done. If you've seen it in a movie, it's probably been done. Because if it didn't have a book writing the story, that means it came from somewhere. You came up with this idea and this concept from somewhere. It wasn't that you just magically thought of Neo and the Matrix. I was just like, you're not gonna give us all the information because the thing is they don't want people to have all. You can't control people when people have all the information. You just can't. If everybody knew how to do shit, you can't control people. If everybody knew how the stock market worked, you think everybody'd be a billionaire in the stock market? You think people will all be broke if everybody knew how to run the stock market? No. Everybody's 401k would be lovely right now. If everybody knew how to code, everybody would know how to code. That's why they stopped MySpace. That's why I think they stopped MySpace. Because every one of us fucking millennials was coding. Didn't even realize it. Every one of our millennials was coding. Coding with MySpace. Emma, I ain't even see what you put. They blocked your message. I ain't even see what you put. You put something, I ain't even see it. Oh, just like this shit has been, the technology has been there for quite some time. They just don't do that. They just not gonna show it all. They're not gonna show the technology. Cause look at put it like this. Look at when because if you start paying attention to these corporations, you start paying attention like AMD, the processors, NVIDIA, the GPUs, how they already have a mapping of the fucking technology that they plan to push out every 2 to 3 years. That means by the time you pushing out this latest GPU, you already 2 steps ahead. Or you already got the next GPU ready and you starting to work on the one after that. But they're not gonna tell you that. Nah, I wouldn't say that because the thing is the reason Villa, the reason that most people don't understand is that no matter what happens, no matter if AI takes over, no matter you still need people. Not as many people, but you still need people. Certain things computers just can't do yet. But that's the thing, they haven't been able to mass produce the stuff because the thing is a lot of that technology they hold on to. That's the part. They have technology beyond our fucking knowledge. They not gonna tell you. They just have that shit in case somebody asks the food. That's it. I was like, look at how the United States has the F-35s and the F-22s. It was like what, a fifth generation fighter? Other countries haven't even come close to it, and they already talking about a sixth generation fighter. Motherfuckers can't even compete with the shit we got now, talking about we need to create the next generation of shit. That means that you have some technological advance that you're able to put it into play. Because one, the F-35 and the F-22 been out for how long now? They've been working, once they made that prototype, they knew it's time to start on the next level to make this shit. It was like, look, we made this prototype for this to work. This F-22, we got it to work because you know how much money was spent on them shits. Each one of those, I think, is like, what, $35 million? Hold on. How much is an F-22? My bad. I was off. My bad. I was seriously off. I forgot to add a zero. They say that they have 187 F-22s. Each one of those is $350 million. Three, three with a three, 50 million dollars. The one. One of those planes could fix a whole fucking state. That's how crazy that is. I was like, and they're already talking about, yeah, exactly. 350 million. And they said that they stopped making them in 2011. They stopped making them, it says, due to its 2011 production halt. So they stopped making them in 2011, and there's 187 of them, which that's what Google is saying. I don't really know how many they have, but according to Google, they have 350 million. The operational cost, it says, often exceeding $60,000 per flight hour. So what you telling me is that flying this ship for an hour is a person's yearly salary. That's a lot of hours. That's why I tell you we're not funding a government cruise. We never have been. No, it's 350 million in today's dollars. They were cheaper before, but since they stopped making them to keep them maintained and keep them operational, now the cost of each one is basically $350 million. Yeah, yeah, Chuck. That's what I thought. I thought the last I checked, when it was first in production, they were $35 million. But you got to remember, when it comes to military contracting and the shit, they always come up with extra shit. Oh, the helmet? We had a problem with the helmet that that sometimes it would glitch out and the infrared wasn't working. So we need another 10 million to make sure that the visor on the helmet works the whole time to do it. But if you've seen the technology that these planes have, bro, this is some crazy shit. The the pilots have the ability with their thing to see them, behind the plane. The technology is out this world. Don't get me wrong. The technology that the F-22 and these planes have is fucking buck wild and crazy. Where you don't have to actually look around. Like, you know how old fighter planes and you seen them old fighter movies, motherfuckers just like, no, the visor can show behind them. They would just press a button and it shows the rear of the plane so that they can see what's behind them. Bro, it's crazy. If y'all can watch a video of what the shit is, they don't even tell you half of the shit that the shit can do. And they tell you what it does, but they don't tell you all the shit it does. Well, the new technology has always been the thing is look, this is what people need to realize. It's past the Batmobile, Emma. The Batmobile you thought was cool, that shit is a toy car. the the technology, the thing is not that they want to push the technology because there's always been unmanned drones. We've always had those predator drones. We've always had those. We've had those for years. The thing is that a lot of the times, what was that movie that they had? Shit, what the fuck was it? With Jamie Foxx. The movie with Jamie Foxx that he was a fucking pilot and they were going against a fucking AI fucking plane. She said snakes on the plane. It was in the fucking snakes on the plane. Get these motherfucking snakes off the. That was Samuel L. Jackson. He was in that movie. I never watched that shit. I never watched that shit. I still. She said snakes on the. Oh shit. Let me see. Was it I something? Jamie Foxx pilot movie. Stealth. Stealth is what the movie's called. Cause they have to train an unmanned plane. Cause the thing is you gotta remember. Put it like this: you see your response time, right? Your response time to anything, even if you have quick reflexes or not. Look at your response time to what you're doing. Look at the response time for you to answer something that you know. Just look at the response time that you have for something that you know. So if I tell you 5 plus 5, that's 10. How long did that take to happen? less than a second, half a second. Very small number, right? Now imagine how much faster a computer processed that. Just think about that. 5 plus 5, simple equation. How much did it take? How long did it? You see, Emma, that's where people don't think about this shit. That's where people don't realize the power of AI. Because even though you know 5 plus 5 equals 10, that time that it took you to process that, the computer has already done that process. The computer had already completed the process while I was still speaking the 5 plus 5. He said, triggering. I'm just, hey, like I said, I'm just here to educate and just make y'all aware. It's, look, Miss Darling, this is what I gotta say, right? If that's how you feel, imagine how I feel all the time. Because my brain thinks about that shit all the time. So if you feel a certain way, imagine how I fucking feel. Because my mind thinks of this shit. That's why I say my mind thinks my that's why I say I hate the way this thing fucking operates at times. Cause I think of this shit. I just think about it. That's why I've always had a problem. It was like, especially while I was doing my masters, our professor, one of our professors was like, yo, I'm using this. It helps with this. It helps me locate certain things. It helps me locate how to find certain things and how to reference things. I still do the work to verify it, but it helps me with um breaking stuff down, just fucking brainstorming and stuff like that. And it was just like, then you think about it. Imagine putting this into a machine. A machine is gonna have quicker it won't have the reflexes because it hasn't been built to do the reflexes, and that's where automation is lacking. That's why they're working on automation, because the thing is they want to be able to have it react that quickly. But the thing is the way the fucking mind thinks is the same way with us. We don't have, we supposedly don't have the knowledge of knowing how the fuck I'm doing this right now, and I'm not thinking about it. We don't know that, supposedly. Me waving my fingers around, I'm doing this like that. I ain't thinking about it. It should have just happened. But with AI, that shit is gonna be like that. So if you have to calculate fucking the Pythagorean theorem of fucking this distance from this distance getting here at this speed and that shit, you may be a fucking mathematician, but the amount of mathematicians compared to what AI can fucking figure out in a matter of fucking milliseconds is not comparable. Yes, Miss Darling, I wish I was stupid. That's a terrible thing to wish for too. You know what I'm saying? Like you sit back and be like, you know what? I wish I was a dumb motherfucker. I was like, I probably wouldn't be doing all this shit. If I was a dumb motherfucker, I wouldn't even be worrying about half of this shit. I wouldn't be having half of these thoughts. I wouldn't know what the fuck Congress is fucking us over with. I'd be happy. I'd be like, oh, you gonna take my rights? Okay, I don't give a shit. I'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? You know how life would be that much easier if you were just ignorant. You know how much stress we would less have if we just ignorant towards ICE? Like we just didn't care. Imagine that, right? Imagine how peaceful our life would be if we just didn't give a fuck about and we're ignorant. We just can't be. Some people can. I don't know how the fuck they do it. Cheers. It's it's crazy times we live in and the stuff we do. It's just like I told my wife I don't plan to ever work another day in my life. That's what I told my wife. I don't plan to work another day in my life. With the knowledge I've gained and all the stuff, I don't plan to ever work another day in my life. I was just like, the way shit is going, I may not have to worry about that either. But it's just, that's the thought process. I served this country. I gave up 10 fucking years. And I told her, I was just like, if I get out the military now, I'm not going to work. I'm getting out not to work. I was like, my body's fucked up enough that these people gave me 100% disability because they fucked me up. And I was just like, I don't plan on working with somebody. No, Emma, I joined at 27 years old. If I would have joined at 18, I literally would have retired 2 years ago. Yeah, exactly. But that's what made it different for me. That's what made my thought process the way it is because I joined at a later age. I joined at 27. I had already lived life. I had lived in San Diego. I grew up in New York City. I had lived in both those locations, expensive as fuck. I lived there. I had my first kid, went through that process, went through life and all that stuff. And then I joined the military, which was a lot simpler, but it was just something that gave me a bunch of foundational stuff to build off of because I was a knucklehead when I was growing up. I was a knucklehead. Yeah. Oh no, I wouldn't have made it if I was. I wouldn't have made it if I joined at 18. I couldn't stand the military at 18. I couldn't stand the military at 18. I was wholly against the military. And then next thing you know, I fucking end up joining. But then again, life be life. That's what it was. I joined the military because life be life. That's the real thing. The military does brainwash some people. It brainwashes more the younger people. That I will say. The younger people do get brainwashed by they get institutionalized by the military. Because you got to remember, for some people, if you're 18 joining, you just left your parents' house. You've never been on your own before. You've never done anything on your own before, and you join the military. You get put onto some base. You Some people don't know how to wash their own ass. Some people don't know how to shave. Some people don't know how to fucking clean. Some people don't know how to mop. Some people don't know how to do laundry. Some people just don't know how to fucking life. And then they're literally learning through the military. They're literally learning that they are in the military. And when they get to the military, they went from their home and stuff like that. And I was just like, it's easier to influence you at 18. Because the thing is, it's like, I, I'm giving you some of these kids have never seen money like that before. And after, like, you can't really touch your money after basic training. During basic training at AIT, you can't really touch your money, really. And then when you go and you see your bank account and your bank account has a comma, you're like, yo, yo, we balling. Some of these motherfuckers never had a comma in their fucking bank account. Let's go fuck some shit up. Or what did they do? They hit the strip club. Then they fall in love with the stripper, end up marrying the stripper, have a kid with the stripper. Then they end up fucking getting fucking divorced. Then they got it's the same thing. It's always the same fucking thing. But it's different joining the military at a young age because the thing is if you just left your household where you were under your parents' supervision, now you got the supervision of your leadership. But at the same time, you still got freedom. You still have the ability to hang out with your platoon or people or your bunkmate or your fucking roommate. Now you can go and do some wild ass shit if you want to, and people don't understand that, and then people get used to it. And then the fact is just like why a lot of veterans end up homeless is because they never got taught how to live. You in the military, if you join and you single, your food gets taken care of because you get to go to the dining facility 3 times a day: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So food is paid for, food is taken care of. I'm not gonna say it's the best shit because sometimes some defects is fucking disgusting, But breakfast, lunch, and dinner you had taken care of. You never had to pay any electricity because the barracks you were staying in always had electricity. You never had to pay for a washer and dryer. You never had to pay for fucking water. The only thing most soldiers end up paying for when they get into the military is a fucking car note that they ended up getting fucking like a 20 something percent fucking interest rate and their phone bill. Exactly, Emma. You come out dysfunctional sometimes. And but me, I joined the later in life, so I had already lived the life. I had already lived on my own, had my own apartment. I lived in New York City. It wasn't. I lived in New York City. That alone saying it. And then moving to Kansas, it was just like, what? I could get a house for how much? How much a month? The fuck you mean? You lied. I'm guessing this house is falling apart, right? They're like, nah, this is how much you pay for your mortgage monthly. I was just like, this don't sound right. I was paying like $2,500 for fucking rent. You mean to tell me I could get a house with a front yard, backyard, and I'm only paying like I could pay less than the 2,500 and I get all of that? Oh, this shit got termites or something? That shit is rat infested, right? It gotta be. This shit gotta be fucked up. Ain't no way I'm only paying this much. And I'm getting all of this shit? Nah. I know a hustler when I see one. That's what you be talking. I was just like, and that's when you realize, and it's just like, damn. I was just like, living out here ain't that bad if you got all this stuff. And it was just like I was paying a lot more for a fucking two-bedroom apartment, which was full of fucking random ass people playing motherfucking music at 2, 3 in the fucking morning on a fucking Wednesday night. Talk about I gotta get up for work at 6 and this motherfucker party until 3, 4 in the morning. And you mean to tell me I get a house? I could I, I could do whatever the fuck I want. I could walk outside and nah, it's a whole different living. But that's the thing. People realize that some people in the military understand that, but some people don't. Even then, it's just like it's not bad. It's just the thought process is different for people. Like I've told many of the people I grew up with, I told them I was just like, y'all need to move the fuck out of New York City, man. You need to move out to New York City. It's just like y'all can get jobs doing what y'all do in any fucking state. Cause every state does what y'all do. You may not get paid as much as you did in New York City, but you're gonna get paid top notch because the experience of working in New York City and working in that environment makes anywhere else working a lot easier. You don't get paid as much, but then the thought process is the cost of living is also not that much either. If you are a highly skilled person in New York City, you can move to any other state that has a lower cost of living, use that effectiveness and doing it like that. It doesn't matter what state you are. If you have high skills and you are getting paid well in your state, chances are there's another state where you will live like fucking royalty in this country. Because this country doesn't have an even across the board thing. You got states that are fucking expensive as fuck, and then you got states that is just like dirt fucking cheap. But at the same time, they still have those jobs. And even though that place is dirt cheap, you still getting paid well above what the cost of living in is that situation for what you do. That's why I've thought of moving back to New York. It was just like if I move back to New York and I get a job, I'm gonna get paid fucking well. But then that also comes with the cost of living, so I'm gonna have to pay for the expenses also. And I was just like, nah, I'd rather just stay here and have my fucking space. I can have the space in New York. But then it comes with all the people, the population. It's a different environment. So it's just depending on what you want to do, but it's just different that way. But that's why it's that's why a lot of people in the military get institutionalized. Yeah, people. But that's the thing, Emma. The thing is like, look, you're an educated person. You graduated from a good university. You have skills that can be used in New York City. The difference is are you okay with being around a lot of people? Are you okay being in a new area, in a new circumstance where you have the space and you have the living ability that you have now in Kansas? Are you okay with that being smaller? Appreciate the heart, me, Aaron. Are you okay with the availability that you have being minimized? Are you okay with having people living closer to you? Are you okay if you live in New York City with a city that don't fucking sleep? A city that is always going. A city that motherfuckers is gonna be walking around in the street for no fucking reason at 5 in the fucking morning. Most of them probably drunk. And that's the thing with a lot of people. I told my sister made good money. And I told her, just come and move to Kansas. You can work remotely. Move to Kansas. She's like, nah. She's like, I like my nightlife. I like being able to go party. I like going to the clubs. I like going to the bars. I like doing all that shit. There's a multitude of variety everywhere. There's all the food, all the restaurants. I can smoke what I need to smoke. Like, it's a different thought process, and people, everybody doesn't have that. But I even told my sister, I was like, hey, yo, bruh, yeah. They selling a house. It's like 3 houses down from me. Bro, just move over here. Bro, you the house right here. You live right there. She's like, nah. But because that's the thing. That's the thing, Emma. What most people like, that's the thing. Me, I came up, I would have never fucking came to Kansas. Nothing against Kansas. But I would have never fucking came to Kansas if it weren't for the military. I like being close to water. I'm from the Dominican Republic. I'm from an island. My family's from an island. The water calls to me. When I was in Hawaii, that was the best fucking place I could be at. But that's the thing. But that's what I'm saying. The thing is if a person from New York moves over here, most likely it's a job. But at the same time, the fucking resources that are here is just like it's different. I was just like, I decided on Kansas. Like my wife is from here, so that's already there. So that was part of it too. But at the same time, it's just like I looked at the resources being in New York City, growing up in New York City, compared to being here, and I was just like, it maximizes there. Yeah, see, and that's the thing with military people and military families. That's what it is. Cause you move in every 3 years. Some people don't move. Me, I got to live overseas for 6 years. Well, 7 years. If I chose, I would live in fucking Hawaii. But at the same time, that leaves me far from everything. And the closest thing to me is a 5 hour flight to LA. I ain't about to do all that shit. And then they scared the shit out of me with that fucking ballistic missile fucking about to fucking blow us up. I was just like, I lived in Hawaii and I lived in Germany. I lived in Germany for 4 years and I lived in Hawaii for 3 years. Born and raised in New York City. I lived 3 years in San Diego. I lived, well, I'm still in Kansas now. First duty station was Kansas. That's 3 years. Then I went to Hawaii for 3 years. Then I went to Germany for 4 years. And I've been back in Kansas for another three. And I lived in San Diego before I even joined the military. So it's just like I've lived all over the place. But the thing is, it's just like it's realizing the thought process that you have to maximize your capabilities. And right now, I'm not maximizing my capabilities. but I'm content because my family's content. We're doing good. We're living in a place. This is my first home I ever purchased. A lot of people can't say that. I bought a house. I've bought in what, going on 5 cars, 6 cars. A lot of people can't say that. I was just like, I've done what I can. I'm happy. I was just like, I know I would be able to maximize even more being in New York City, but I'm happy here. My family's happy here. I was like, yeah, on a VA loan. Damn right, I'm gonna use the VA loan. Shit. And that's see, Emma, and that's one thing that a lot of people don't know, and a lot of people don't pay attention to. That your success is your family's success. It's not your success anymore. When you have a family, it's not your success, it's your family's success. When your family keeps thriving, your family's doing good, your family's healthy, it has all its needs, that's success. I'm willing to make that sacrifice for my family to have that success. And that's what a lot of people have that problem with. A lot of people don't have the ability to think, you know what? I'm a sacrifice to make sure my family's doing good. They're succeeding. They're happy. They're excelling. I was just like, look, my family's excelling. I'm happy. That's what I'm happy with. I was just like, can I be doing better? Yes, I know I could be doing better. But my family's thriving. I can't fucking argue with that. I'm not gonna fight that. I'm not gonna go against that. I'm gonna keep making sure that they are thriving. And that's it. That's the difference with me. That's why I was just like, when you pour it out to that, I was just like, can I would I be able, like, look, I have the fucking credentials. I have my master's degree. I have so much fucking work experience. I was just like, I can get a fucking job wherever the fuck I want. That's me tooting my horn. If I wanted to fucking move out of Kansas, I'd be able to move out of fucking Kansas and get a job wherever the fuck I want. I was like, I ain't bust my ass all these years for no reason. It's just like, I just don't want to work. I gave 10 years. I've seen what it is. It's just like it realizing I'm going to be working for somebody else's progress instead of working for my own and my family's. I'm just like, no. I was like, because I can get a fucking job anywhere else. It was just like, you got to, when you start looking at it in this perspective, it's just like, how many people have a master's degree in this country? That population gets small. How many people have a master's degree and served in the military? That gets even smaller. How many people have operated, lived, grown, and worked in New York City, known how a big city with that much funding, that much madness happens, been in the military, got a bachelor's, got a master's, got fucking certifications for hazmat, got certifications for um technician, for hazmat technician, and all that stuff. It's just like a lot of people don't have the resume I have. But the thing is that means it takes away from what I have. I'm not doing that. See, I'm proud of these two. I'm proud of these two things. I worked my ass to get them. That first one, it was a struggle in the military. The second one, it was a fucking 4.0. This bitch right here, that was a 4.0. So that's why nobody gonna tell me or question my shit. I had a 4.0 for my master's degree. It was probably a bit higher, but I didn't count the fucking numbers. It was just like I got straight A's, but I got higher than 90s in my fucking classes. But at the same time, nobody give a fuck what the fuck you got in grades. You just graduated. That's what they're concerned with. Same thing in the fucking military. It was just like all those fucking evaluations I got in the military have not meant a fucking thing since I've been out. And that's why a lot of people didn't fucking like me in the military because I told people straight up the fucking thing. I was just like, bro, you can say I'm not the best ranked fucking NCO you have in your ranks because you don't like me. I don't give a fuck. Cause when I get out the fucking military, that shit ain't gonna mean the same. It was like, bro, you only one rank higher than me and you only making a certain amount more than me because you've been in longer. Otherwise, we get paid the same thing. If I get promoted, it's like, you see what I'm saying? I'm just like, when's the last time you used the Pythagorean theorem? When's the last time you used y equals mx plus b? The last time I used it, I'm trying to teach my kid that shit. You did an 8 count body. You see what I'm saying, Aaron? Like, what the fuck? The 8 count push up. It was just like, when was the last time somebody told you about face? You know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew that coming in because I joined late, and people didn't like my attitude about that. And I would just be like, "Hey, bro." I used to say yesterday, I'm a teacher. Yo, you don't count, Jeanette. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm saying because I'm a teacher. No, but that's what I'm saying. You don't use most of the shit you taught. The thing is it's useful for the shit because the thing is that's how this society makes sure to find those bright minds. But the thing is those bright minds have to be dedicated to it. The bright minds have to be dedicated to these things, and these bright minds have to have the fucking resources to use those bright minds. And me, I've always been a bright mind. Have I always been the person that's been dedicated? No. That's on me. That's on me. Life was life, and I wasn't as dedicated as I should have been. It was like if I was dedicated as I should have been dedicated, I knew I could have been dedicated. I wouldn't have what I would. I don't even know where I'd be at. It would be a lot. It would be positive though, but I wouldn't have the kids I have. I wouldn't have the family I have. I wouldn't have the experiences I had. But if I was dedicated and I grew up in a different place, man, I'm Dominican. I was born to play fucking baseball. I've been a fucking athlete my whole fucking life. Did I have the resources to stay an athlete? No. I was like, I grew up, my family didn't have the money to keep paying for me to be an athlete. We didn't have this whole get up here before you claw my chair and I whoop your ass. Come climb up. They waiting for you, bro. They waiting for you. Get up here. Toothless. Up. Now you want to act like you want. All right, bro. Get up here. I'm gonna fuck this cat up. Is Emma? I don't concern myself with people like that. It was just like, cause the thing is you always have to have a hater in your life. Cause a person like that made me better. See, look, tell a hater what he gotta say. He don't even want to look at your ass. God damn, my cat already knows. It's just like it was just like that's the thing. It was just like my cat already knows. It was just like you always have something like that because those haters are always there. Those haters are there because they never achieved the same thing you knew you achieved. I don't give a fuck about people that never achieved anything. If your achievement is coming into somebody else's life to be a bitch, you can already see how you have never achieved anything worthwhile mentioning. Look how simple that was. I used to run a 4.3 40. My dad made it to the Pittsburgh Pirates. That was back in the day, though. That was back in the day. I think it was the minor leagues, though. I think it was the minor. It's like it's not even that. People would be like, "Oh, why don't you like?" Cause it's funny. The thing is see, and it leads me to conversation because it's easy because people like that show you the inability of these people. And it was just like, because people always say, "Oh, you never amounted to anything. You didn't do anything." I was like, bro, I own a house. I own two cars. I got a master's degree. I was just like, even with that, I served the military. I've traveled the world. And it was just like, some of these people never left their town. just, just like the accomplishments, see, the thing is that the people that aren't humble about what they've done, or the people that always want to contradict and say something about anything else, are the people that never amounted to anything worthwhile for somebody else to compete against. You competed against people that weren't anything. You competing against yourself right now because nobody even cares about you. So Navy veteran first primary states on March 2023 are Kansas, North Carolina, and Texas. What? I was just like, so it's funny. I was like, yeah, my mom knows she's proud of me. I've achieved more than your mom does laying on her back. It's okay though. It's okay, bro. It's okay. It's okay. Mostly I never achieved anything. The biggest haters in life, the ones that come into people's lives, the ones that just talk shit about people all the time, are the ones that never amounted to anything. Are the ones that wish they had the success of somebody else. Are the ones that are always bitching and complaining, like, oh my God, all you do here is sit there on a live and talk. Yes, because I'm able to. It's not your bitch ass that has the only the time to come and talk shit to somebody because you can't do the same I can. See how easy that is? You the one concerned about fucking what I did or what I didn't accomplish. But here you are still watching me because you never accomplished it. So you wishing you can get to my level. It's okay, bro. It's okay. Bro, you reaching out. So you said, hold on. You said Arkansas, North Carolina, and Texas. I'm probably not getting anybody from North Carolina over here. But hey, Navy veteran, I appreciate what you're doing. You just got to let people know better. Let's see what this guy looks like. Oh, yeah, a bot. It's always a bot. It's always a bot. It was like, trust me, Navy veteran, we understand you fully. We understand that people need to vote and go out there. The thing is that you need to reach out to the people, and people need to you need to push out to the people in those states. Cause I'm in Kansas. So pushing out to me is not gonna make any effect when those three states are making those differences. Texas is a big state, so you got a lot of people to reach to. Arkansas is a whole different one. And the thing is like you got to remember, a couple of those states don't got the fucking education level to do it. So just telling them that they're gonna be primary don't mean much. You got to let them know it's just like what they are voting for. That's what you got to make sure to do, Navy. If you gonna push out that rhetoric that you want to make sure they voting, educate them on what they voting on. That's what you need to make sure to do. Also, you got to make sure to let them know like, hey, this is what's going on, and what are you voting for in Texas that can affect you. Cause just telling people to go vote don't work no more. It just don't. You got to tell them what the fuck is gonna affect them. You got to tell them what is gonna hurt. How they gonna hurt if they don't vote how they should vote. When you talk to them like that, they're gonna be like, "Oh damn, this motherfucker put it like this, and I guess I'm gonna have to show up. I guess I'm gonna show. I'm gonna lose what? Yeah, I think I need to show up. Because if you just tell them, oh, it's a primary, most motherfuckers don't care. Emma, it's not that people don't. What? What? I just realized. I don't got no other mugs, Emma. I ain't got no other mugs. And you know what the funny thing is, Emma? I was gonna go to KU. That's the funny part. Because I know that's why you said that. I was gonna go to KU. I was actually thinking about getting another fucking masters and going to KU to get it. It was a thought. What's up, Mir? It was a thought. was a thought. That was my first choice. I wanted to go to KU before I wanted to go to K State. But then they didn't have anything in public administration that I liked. And then the fact was, it was just like traveling to just go to K State and go to KU when I lived in Manhattan. I was like, it'd be like 45 minutes. Nah. KSU is a great school. It's a great school. The fucking political science team is very good. Um, it needs some work. Don't get me wrong. It needs some work. It needs there should be a couple of leadership changes. I will say that, but oh, I already know about Kansas Navy. Don't worry. I we making moves out here. I've already talking to some of the Kansas Democrats. I need to go so I can start actually being out there with people. The thing is Emma, it kind of be like that sometimes. But the thing is I'm a 6 foot, 240 pound motherfucker. Ain't not many people telling me a motherfucking thing. I'm not no small motherfucker. You can try me, you gonna find the fuck out. That's the difference. Thank you, Navy. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep pushing it out. Just keep just keep educating people on that. That's the thing, Emma. I'm not a small motherfucker. And I walk fucking proudly. I ain't got no fucking problem with anybody, but I have no problem slapping the shit out of anybody either. I was like, there's plenty of times where my wife would just be like, hey man, calm down. It's just like, it's like, I'm not a small motherfucker. I'm brown, I'm American, I'm Dominican, I'm from New York City. If you looking at me, best believe I'm gonna ask you what the fuck your problem is. And the thing is that's the one thing in Kansas. Motherfuckers ain't used to that kind of attitude. You want to talk about being a bully? That's when TikTok will really see the bully. Just like mm-mm. The New York come out of me quick over here. That's I don't play that shit. Motherfuckers look at me like, is there a problem? Oh no, sorry. Well, now all you gotta do, Navy, like I said, you wanna make sure to educate people on that. Tell people what's on the line with the vote. That's what you gotta tell them. Don't tell them who it is you're voting for. Tell them it's like, look, we got candidates here. You got a candidate that wants to do this, and you have a candidate that wants to do that. I was like, this candidate is pushing for these things. This candidate is pushing for that. Don't tell them which is which. Don't tell them which is which. Tell them before you say Republican and Democrat, hey, we got one candidate. If you're trying to educate them, we got this candidate that's trying to do this to the fucking state. They're trying to do this and do that. We got this other one that's trying to do this and do that. Educate them that way. Educate them on what that person is trying to do first before you let them know what party it is. Because the thing is you don't know what that person may like. It may be that person could be a Republican the whole time. All right, Emma, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, it is 11:30. I might be cutting out too. Those are yeah. There's too many uneducated voters, but that's what you got to do. You got to make sure you're teaching people. And the thing is, depending on where you are, some people just like some people can be racist, some people can be uppity, some people don't like people of color, some people never really seen people of color, some people just got the stereotypes and the generalization. That's it. That's the thing, Navy. That's the thing with thing. If you support anything against Gaza, I just can't fuck with you. I'm sorry. And I know this app don't like me talking about Gaza. They don't like me. It's like, look, I don't give a fuck about Israel. I don't give a fuck about any other fucking country. My concern is the United States of a fucking America. That's my first concern. After we fix our shit, we can worry about the rest of the fucking world. But if the United States of America isn't fixed, and I don't mean fixed by fucking just making it a fucking ignorant ass having fucking police just snatch people out the street type shit. I mean, having America be the America that everybody grows up and respected. Everybody fucking looked at the United States and said they were proud of it. People that came in here and people that wanted to come in here was just like, you know what? I want to be a part of the United States. That's the United States I grew up in. Not the fucking United States where people are just like, yo, I don't even want to go to the Olympics. You not a fucking place like the fact that they still holding the Olympics here is crazy to me. I grew up where everybody was just like, I want to come to America. That's the country I want. Not a country that's just like, oh my God, I'm scared to. No, some countries, no country, that's the insinuation a lot of people. No country looks at the United States as a joke. No country ever has, and no country ever will. That's the lie and the fallacy that a lot of people like to push. That oh my God, everybody looks at us as a joke. No, you know why? Because we will fuck you up. We will fuck you up. The U.S. will fuck you up. Nobody looks at us like a joke. They might not respect us as much, but nobody looks at us as a joke. Because the thing is you look at somebody like a joke when you know they think they can fight and you know they can't fight. The U.S. can fight. That's the one difference. But the thing is the U.S. can't fight everybody. And the U.S. I grew up with, every country didn't have a problem with us. That's like walking into a neighborhood and starting beef with everybody in the neighborhood, and you the person that bought the neighborhood, but everybody that live in it don't like you. You're not gonna be successful. No matter what you want to do to people. That's the thing. The US wants to start beef with people just because they think they control everything. And that's not how it is. We don't control everybody. We can't even control our own fucking country. Yet we out here trying to control the whole fucking world. You got people living in the streets. You got people that can't afford to fucking eat. And you worried about other shit. That's the problem with this country. You got these same and that's I didn't even want to say MAGA, but MAGA's dumb fuck ass is worried about all this shit. But then they get concerned and get fucking sidetracked because some other country gets some benefit that we should be having. You should be able to send your kid to the school and not worried about paying for shit. You should be able to go to the fucking doctor and not worry about paying for shit. We the best fucking country in the world, right? Let's fucking act like it. That's all I'm saying. Let's act like the fucking country of the. Let's act like we the biggest fucking country in the world and we the best fucking country in the world. We got the best technology. We get everybody because everybody wants to come here. But we act. We're a fucking. We are a fucking third world country. And everybody looks at me when I say that like, the fuck you mean? We are a third world country. Our military's the Gucci belt. Besides that, all the rest of our shit is not designer. The only shit holding us up is our belt, and that's the military. That's what the Gucci belt is. Besides that, we a third world country. That's what we are. The only thing holding us up is that Gucci belt, and that's the military. Besides that, our healthcare ain't holding anything up. Our education is nowhere near where it needs to be. Fucking the job market is fucking atrocious. They want to act like everything is good. No, no, I'm not gonna say we look good because our Gucci belt is fucking shiny as fuck. That's what it is. We got the swag. We got the clout. That belt is on point. Don't get me wrong. Our belt is on point. But besides that, we got holes in our jeans, our shoes. We got sandals on because we can't afford fucking actual sneakers. And it's just like, that's what we look like. But we got a nice ass Gucci belt, and that's it, because that's what's holding us up. Besides that, we ain't got a good coat. Our coat is fucking like Swiss cheese. It's probably a fucking blanket that we tried to hand knit, and we didn't even hand knit properly. That shit is fucked up as fuck. Like, and people want to act like it's not the fucking truth. It's just like, I served this country. I know our military is the best. I ain't got no problem with that. I ain't got no problem saying that shit. I know our military is the best. But everything else, nah, bro. Nah. Nah. We that homeless dude on the fucking street that managed to get that nice fucking belt off the fucking garbage that somebody threw out. That's it. Besides that, our Gucci belt ain't doing shit. Cause if that Gucci belt come off, we fucked. Ain't nobody scared of the U.S. if they take off the Gucci belt. The only time that belt come off is when we gotta gotta whoop some motherfucker's ass. Like, what the fuck you say? I'm gonna whoop your ass. That's it. Besides that, nah. I don't want to hear that shit. And then that's the sad part about it is that you have to fucking people don't want to acknowledge that. We got a nice ass Gucci belt on. That's it. Or whatever fucking brand you want to have. That's nice. That's all you have. Besides that, the U.S. is just a Gucci belt in a third world country. That's it. I don't want to hear that shit. We don't have any kind of fucking. We don't lead in anything else but the military. That's not a superpower. The superpower is because of our Gucci belt military. Besides that, nah. Bro, where is you going, bro? Where is you going? Where you going? Where you going? Where you trying to go? You trying to get pets, but you trying to climb up? Nope. Sorry, sir. The services, the services you are trying to reach are no longer available. Fuck ass cat. It's like Gucci belt for You know, Mir, you already know my cat ain't trying to fuck with us. That motherfucker bougie. That's a bougie ass cat. But that's what it is people don't understand it and people don't want to talk about it. I was like, we have the strongest military in the world, but everything else we're lacking behind. Education, technology, fucking healthcare, fucking employment, fucking. I was like, don't try to act like we the biggest fucking shit. Like, I would love to be the best fucking country in the world, but when you got people that don't know what the fuck they doing running this shit gets fucking terrible. It doesn't advance. Our country doesn't fucking advance when you have fucking incompetent people running it. You never, no place is successful when you got incompetent people running it. That's it. Nowhere else can be successful if everything is fucking incompetent. If you're incompetent with all the shit you do, you ain't gonna find shit. That's it. If the leadership is making sure that everybody else is fucking away and nobody else is paying attention to it and nobody else is included and nobody wants to be a part of it, you ain't gonna be successful. That is just not gonna happen. It's just not, it's not possible. It's just not possible. You got too much shit fucking. It's not, it's just, it's the fact that you got so many people here that are running shit that shouldn't be running shit, shouldn't be in positions that they're in. And it's just like the continuation of it is what sucks. I was like, and then you have people at the bottom that are fucking worse than the people at the top. If the top is fucking stupid and incompetent, imagine what's below. I don't think you need more requirements to be president. You shouldn't need more requirements. You need more restrictions, not requirements, restrictions. If you are a convicted felon, if you are a criminal, I don't give a fuck if you're if you are a criminal, you gone. That's it. If you are a criminal, you cannot run for office. That's it. If you are a criminal, not even a convicted felon, if you are a criminal, you should not be able to run for office. That's it. Meaning that you wouldn't be able to uphold the fucking law. You should not be fucking in office, in any public office. If you cannot fucking uphold the law, which when you are a public official, you are supposed to uphold and defend, you shouldn't be a fucking person. That's it. You don't need anything else like that. Because the thing is not everybody's going to be like, because that's the thing. The way I see it is like, you can't restrict people. It's like, oh, you got to have a master's degree. Or you got to have a bachelor's degree. You got to know. I don't, because the thing is most of the minds that have a lot of these thoughts don't have all these accomplishments. But if you have a criminal fucking background and you have a criminal thought process, most likely you're going to continue that shit as one of the most powerful people in the world. And that shouldn't be an option. I don't think that the founding fathers forgot about that detail. They just probably never thought it would get to that. I don't think the founding fathers ever thought that they would elect a criminal into the fucking office. I don't think, put it like this, I don't think that the fucking forefathers of this country thought, you know what? They're going to try to elect somebody that's under investigation. I don't think anybody ever thought like, oh my God, we're going to try to elect somebody that's under investigation. Like that should be a nullification factor right there. Like, bro, you being investigated. I don't give a fuck what you getting investigated for. If you are falling under the fact that you are being investigated, I don't think you should run for president of the United States. That's just me though. But that's where we're at. But that's the thing, when you don't have an education system that pans out, it's not gonna work. COD player, I just noticed. Appreciate the follow on Twitch. It's like people ain't gonna notice that. People ain't gonna realize that. People ain't gonna see that shit, and that's the problem that we have. I was like, you shouldn't be electing anybody that has any kind of criminal ties, any kind of criminal association, anybody that has any fucking settlements to try to quiet people from what they done. I was just like, we should have never gotten to the point where we allowed somebody that had investigations to be running. Plain and simple. You are talking about holding the most respected fucking position in the whole fucking world because of our military. But look at the fact that how it is. It's just like you can't fucking control that. I was just like, I wouldn't say not even an infraction. If you are under investigation, if you already have a record, if you have a record that shows that you've been breaking the law or you've been doing things you shouldn't be doing to the tune of sexual assault, you shouldn't even be in the fucking running. Because it's not like his sexual assaults weren't fucking settled. Because if you didn't do it, you would fight it, especially if you got all the billions and millions of dollars he got. But here we are, where people decided that it was fake news. And then when they don't like fake news, it's like, oh, that wasn't real. Oh, it's like, oh, that story wasn't real. I'm not going to believe 50 victims. They're all lying. But when it's a person that they don't like, or a person that don't fit the description they don't like, oh, it's all true. Because look, Bill Cosby was accused of the same shit Donald Trump was, but everybody believed every witness of Bill Cosby, but not one witness of fucking Donald Trump was believed. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? It's like when you pick and choose which side is good and which side is not, but they both have the same shoes on. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? It's kind of crazy when you look at it like that, huh? Yeah, both got the same shoes, both the same shit, but it's different now. What? Oh, what? That's interesting. But that's what I'm saying. When it comes to that shit, it's just like it's crazy to me. I was like, that's what it needs. It has to be more restrictions on these positions. It has to be you can't run again. If you get any kind of misconduct of that sort, you can't run for public office. Because the thing is a person couldn't trust you to be an honest person. How the fuck should we trust you to run any part of this government? Or any part of this government? State, any kind of anything. It was like this country was going downhill from the fucking get. Cause with me, I knew this country wasn't gonna do any good once this president got elected. Once Donald Trump got elected, at first I didn't think anything crazy. I saw Project 2025. I didn't think anything crazy. Cause I was like, this is his second administration. His first one, he didn't do nothing crazy. This was his second administration. He didn't do nothing crazy of the sort the first time around. I heard of Project 25, and you hear about it and you read the shit, and it's just like, all right, this day game plan, and I'm just like, he says he don't know. I knew he was full of shit, but it was just like you see that, and I'm just like, all right, because this was his second one, so he had experience doing this shit. But when you try to have the first person, one of the first people you nominated, was the person you wanted to be an attorney general. And the first person you wanted to nominate as an attorney general, as one of your first people that you want to nominate, had a report already in Congress that had been viewed, researched, and investigated by the people in Congress for soliciting minors. And this was the person that you first decided this was the person I want to have first in line. I knew shit wasn't going to be good. But most people don't look at it that way. Most people didn't pay attention to that factor. It was like Matt Gaetz was your first pick, even though you knew he was soliciting minors. So you wanted to put a person to hold one of the most respected positions in this country, which is Attorney General, which is to uphold the law and make sure that the law is followed. And you wanted to put a person that was soliciting minors? Nah, bro. Nah. And then when it came to the tune of, oh, we not gonna we can't release the Epstein files. We're just like, we want to protect the victims. I was just like, if you want to protect the victims, that means you would let the fucking abusers' names be called out so you could put them in fucking jail. You're not protecting the victims by leaving these motherfuckers out in the street. I was like, what type of asinine ass backwards fucking thought process was that? And I was like, you mean to tell me that fucking having these people running out there in the street, knowing that they're the ones that caused this shit, it's not a bigger problem than you supposedly protecting the victims? Nah, man, You know what? I'm gonna end it on that. I'm gonna end it on that. I ain't trying to get pissed off tonight. I'm gonna end it on that, yo. I'm not pissing myself off with this thought process. I had a good day today. I'm gonna keep it a good day. And as always, be good to one another, take care of one another, look out for one another, love one another, and y'all have yourselves a good night. I'm just Cruz. As always, if you haven't followed me, I am on TikTok, I am on Twitch, I am on YouTube. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Hope y'all have a good rest of y'all evening. It's Friday. Enjoy it. Have yourselves a good night.